Good morning. Welcome again to another GDFL footy show on a really cool Saturday morning. And yes, we're looking forward to a fantastic round of footy on this afternoon. What a great round of footy we had last weekend. A couple of one-sided, well, quite a few one-sided results actually, with some of the big guns are really sitting on fire now, and some of the other teams are going to be struggling to make the final five. Bannockburn absolutely belted the Tommy Tigers and put them out of the finals five at this stage. Aaron Eddy kicking 6 goals for Bannockburn, second in a week in a row that he's been one of the all-stars down there. The East Geelong Eagles absolutely belted Inverleigh. Geelong West Sporting Club had their first win for 2010, where they absolutely cleaned up the Belmont Lions. And I can tell you, folks, our floor manager is not impressed. He is absolutely a devastated man. Mark McCormack, the best on the ground for the West Footy Club, the big ruckman, played a magnificent role there in their massive win for the season. Bellpost Hill absolutely towed Corio. Tobin, Cavcar and Pyle all shared the goal kicking there, kicking 5 goals. Werribee Centrals, well, they defeated Anarchy. Anarchy will be struggling now, but they were not disgraced with Werribee Centrals getting the points on that game. And the 94.7 match of the round were the North Geelong Magpies, as the newspaper comes across the screen. The North Geelong Magpies, I said they're back in town, and they knocked off Winchelsea quite comfortably with the nephew, Toddy Elsey, and Grant Armistead booting 4 goals. Hello, I am Dick Philpott, and welcome again to a fantastic show. With me, once again, I've assembled some of the biggest names and brains in local football to procrastinate, adjudicate, eradicate. That's enough words, isn't it? Dale Smith, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Dick.
Concentrate.
I'm just doing a bit of homework just for this afternoon, actually, just getting the paperwork all up to scratch. But no, it was a good day last week. Weather was pretty cold. Game North Geelong just far too good, and looking forward, hopefully, to a closer contest today, because the last couple of matches we've been to have been a little bit one-sided. Fantastic.
And the man from the Sale Magpies, Jake Bourke. Good morning, Jake.
Good morning, Dick. Shut the gate. Top 5 will not change.
Shut to you. That's the best news I've heard for all year.
Will not change.
The North Geelong Magpies have cruised.
They'll be playing finals, Dick.
Well, actually, our floor manager reckons they might play in the grand final, but then again, he also said South Barwon won't make it to the GFL either, so
yes.
We don't know what's going on there. Well, it was a great game out at the Gun Club last week, with Winchelsea Blues really wanting a win against the Magpies, but they are on fire at the moment. And Smithy, I thought North Geelong, they started off a bit slow. The rain did affect them a little bit, but they came back pretty well.
They did, Dick. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
And I was pretty impressed. The first quarter, they team just played the dry weather football and really struggled to get into their rhythm. But after quarter time, they really came good. They kicked 8 or 9 goals in the second quarter and just set the day up for them nicely. Yeah,
fantastic. And speaking of a great win by the Magpies, we've got a couple of interviews now. The first one is with the winning coach, Frank Fopiani, with Cal Lowther, followed by Michael Smyth, the coach of the Winchelsea Blues. Here they go now.
Mike, obviously a very disappointing loss. What are you going to sort of tell your blokes coming into training on Tuesday night?
Oh, look, it's just about regrouping. Big game next week, Banno, and we just got to get something out of it. We've got to get something out of the year. The last 3 weeks have been, not disappointing, but just disgusting almost. Work rate hasn't been there, and just the attitudes. So we just got to regroup, stick fat, and keep working and trying to take steps forward.
Some of the younger players though came in. They looked lively early. Obviously, you got Chalice and you've got Becker Newen, but injuries still hampering your side's performances.
Oh, look, injuries probably hurt most sides, but we probably don't have the depth of some other sides. Becker's been fantastic. He's only played his second game, but he has a real crack. And our motto today was just put your body on the line for the team and work hard. And he can hold his head high. Chalice, look, he was probably a little bit off today, but he's obviously an athlete. He's into his running, and he won the Stall Gift 400 and that. So he's got some ability, but we just got to try and find and get it in his hands.
Were you a bit disappointed with how the football broke down across the centre and half forward line today?
Just our midfield's ability to not be able to shut them down. They didn't take ownership. That was our main thing that we've worked on. Take ownership, make sure basically go back to one-on-one. We've got a bit of a word that we used to shut them down, and it did get called today, but blokes just didn't take ownership, as I said.
And that was absolutely not Frank Fopiani, but he is Frank now.
Great win today. Obviously, wet weather footy brings up a few different problems for your side, but they handled it pretty well in the end.
Yeah, we did, Cal. Look, just happy with the win actually at the start of the game, but you know, to come away with a 95-point win with the conditions as they were, look, it dried up a little bit, but yeah, look, it was just great by the boys.
Are you happy with how the young players are gelling into your side? That seems to be a great mix of young and old players now.
Yeah, look, all the kids that have come through North Geelong, and you know, they've worked pretty hard to play senior footy, and you know, they all want to play. So you know, they're getting the rewards now for the hard work that they've done in the past. So.
And the skills of your side as well, and their willingness to work and their work rate as well around the packs has obviously been really, really impressive.
Yeah, look, it was a focus today for us. I think we started slowly last week against West, and the focus was on our, you know, attack on the footy, and you know, it just showed today that they're really up to it.
And you've obviously got Anarchy next week. They're a real barometer side of the competition. What are you looking to do and work on with your players coming up for next week?
Well, look, we'll get on the track this week and have a bit of a run. And look, each side's different, obviously, but Anarchy are thereabouts fighting for that position we are. So yeah, we'll be, you know, out there to beat them for sure.
All right, thanks very much, Frank.
No worries, thanks, Cal.
Yeah, fantastic interview by Cal Lowther, and of course with Frank Fopiani, the coach of the North Geelong Magpies, and Michael Smyth. We're going to learn a lesson, Smithy. We must always concentrate, or else we'll get caught out in between those breaks, and it's not a very good sight. But Frank seemed to be pretty happy with the way the Magpies are travelling at the moment.
I reckon he'd be pretty happy, didn't he? There's no doubt about that. And after the last 4 weeks, he'd probably be up for that nomination of coach of the month. I think he's. You know, you can only beat the opposition you play against. The opposition in a couple of games have been a little bit down, but like the way they've done it's been sensational.
I reckon it's about 5 on the trot, Jake, for North Geelong. They're travelling along nicely.
They are. They're travelling along very well, Dick, and I agree with Dale there. You've probably got the best coach in the competition at the moment, doing a very good job with that young group, and as you said earlier...
You blokes jump on the bandwagon pretty quick. I reckon you might have been bagging about 5 weeks ago how well they're travelling, but...
well, they were struggling.
Yeah, they were struggling a bit, but look, you know, they knocked off Inverleigh now, and then they knocked off Crier, Belmont Lions and Geelong West, and it was a great win against Winchelsea indeed. But no, it was a good win, and which of the matches they got this week?
We're going out to Inverleigh this week.
Okay.
Inverleigh taking on Belpost Hill, and would probably need to be a big improvement on Inverleigh's side to get anywhere close to Belpost Hill.
Season on the line.
Season on the line.
Yep.
Well, we'll be talking about that game a little bit later on. We're going to go to a short break and pay some bills. Then when we come back, we're going to talk to Smithy. He's going to tell us all about what's happening with the under-18s. And I see that Bannockburn had a reasonably good win on Saturday.
Yeah, we're going along nicely. I'm just priming the boys for a North Geelong clash in a couple.
That's all right.
That's my aim. But no, look, it was a good win. But unfortunately for Thompson, they played with only 14 to start the game.
We can talk about it the next 7. We'll pay the bills and we'll be right back after this.